Have you ever replayed the same conversation dozens of times, wondering if you said the wrong thing, analyzed every possible outcome before making a decision, or spent so much time thinking about a problem that you never actually solved it? If so, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with overthinking, and the frustrating part is that it often feels useful. It feels like you're preparing, planning, being responsible. But what if overthinking isn't helping as much as you think? What if it's actually keeping you stuck? Let's talk about why your brain gets trapped in these loops and how to break free. 1. Overthinking feels like problem solving. One reason overthinking is so difficult to stop is that it doesn't feel harmful. It feels productive. You're analyzing, evaluating, preparing, looking for answers. The brain convinces you that if you just think a little longer, you'll finally find certainty. The problem is that many of life's biggest questions don't have perfect answers. And that's where the loop begins. 2. Your brain wants certainty. Humans naturally dislike uncertainty. We want to know, will this work? Will they like me? Did I make the right choice? What happens next? The brain sees uncertainty as a potential threat, so it starts generating scenarios, possibilities, predictions, contingency plans. Its goal is simple: reduce uncertainty. But sometimes the search for certainty becomes endless. 3. More thinking doesn't always mean better thinking. Imagine trying to navigate through thick fog. At some point, staring harder doesn't help. Yet that's exactly what overthinkers often do. They keep examining the same information from different angles, hoping clarity will magically appear. Instead, the mind becomes more confused. Not because there isn't enough information, because there's too much. 4. Anxiety loves what if questions. Pay attention to the language of overthinking. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if something goes wrong? What if I regret this later? Notice how most of these questions focus on negative possibilities. That's because anxiety isn't trying to predict the future. It's trying to prevent pain. Unfortunately, it often creates pain in the process. 5. The illusion of control. Many people overthink because it creates a feeling of control. If I analyze every possibility, maybe nothing bad will happen. If I prepare enough, maybe I can avoid mistakes. But life doesn't work that way. Some uncertainty is unavoidable. No amount of thinking can eliminate every risk, and trying to do so often leads to exhaustion. 6. Overthinking steals your energy. Have you ever noticed how mentally draining overthinking can be? You haven't done anything physically demanding, yet you feel exhausted. That's because your brain has been running simulations for hours, replaying conversations, imagining outcomes, solving hypothetical problems. Mental effort consumes real energy, and overthinking rarely gives your mind a chance to recover. 7. Why decisions become harder. Many people assume more analysis leads to better decisions. But after a certain point, the opposite happens. Psychologists call this analysis paralysis. You gather more information, then more, then more. Eventually, every option has pros and cons. Every decision feels risky, and the fear of making the wrong choice becomes stronger than the desire to move forward. 8. Action creates clarity. Here's something that overthinkers often dislike hearing. Clarity usually comes from action, not endless thinking. You learn by doing. You gain confidence through experience. You discover answers by moving forward. Waiting for complete certainty often means waiting forever. Sometimes, the next step reveals more than another hour of analysis ever could. 9. Most people are thinking about themselves. A huge amount of overthinking revolves around social situations. What did they mean? Did I sound stupid? Do they like me? Are they upset with me? But here's the reality. Most people spend far more time thinking about themselves than thinking about you. Just like you're busy analyzing your own actions, they're busy analyzing theirs. 10. Perfectionism fuels the cycle. At its core, overthinking is often connected to perfectionism, the belief that there is a perfect answer, a perfect decision, a perfect outcome, and if you think hard enough, you'll find it. But perfection doesn't exist. Life is messy. People are complicated. Mistakes happen. Learning to tolerate imperfection is often one of the fastest ways to reduce overthinking. 11. The question that changes everything. The next time you find yourself stuck in a loop, ask yourself, am I solving a problem right now, or am I trying to eliminate uncertainty? That question changes everything, because many things we overthink aren't actually problems. They're unknowns, and unknowns can only be lived through, not solved in advance. If you've been overthinking lately, take a breath. Your brain is probably trying to protect you. It's trying to prepare you, trying to keep you safe. But safety and certainty are not the same thing. Sometimes, the healthiest thing you can do isn't think harder. It's trust yourself enough to move forward without having all the answers. Because life isn't lived in your head, it's lived in the moments that happen after you stop overanalyzing and start participating. And often, the freedom you're looking for begins the moment you stop trying to control everything.